Part 1. The Illusion of a Normal Life. Hi, I'm Daniel. I live in Texas. I work in IT, which sounds cooler than it really is. People imagine me as some genius coder or a movie-style hacker. Truth? Most days I sit in a cubicle, drinking reheated coffee, resetting passwords for people who swear they typed the right one. That's my reality. Ordinary. Repetitive. But even that small, ordinary life wasn't really mine. Because every paycheck, every bonus, every extra hour I worked, went somewhere else. To my family. Part 2. The burden that wasn't mine. I was 22 when I got my first IT job. My dreams? Simple. A small apartment with a balcony in Dallas. A reliable car. Maybe a trip out of the country once in my life. But within weeks, the phone calls began. Mobile phone dad. Danny, we're short on the mortgage this month. Just a little help. Mobile phone mom. Groceries are so expensive. Can you send a couple hundred? Mobile phone my sister Emily. Danny, I'm out of gas. Can you send me $40? I'll pay you back Friday. The first time, I helped without thinking. The second time, I told myself it was temporary. The third time, I reassured myself they'd be there for me too if I needed them. But weeks turned into months. Months into years. Vacations? Never. Savings? Empty. Every next time, I promised myself never came. I wasn't living. The doctor walked in, clipboard in hand. His tone was calm, but his words weren't. Daniel, you've had a severe stress-related collapse. Your body is shutting down. If you keep living like this, you won't make it to 40. I laughed bitterly, because I knew what had caused it. Not the IT job, not the cubicle life, but the weight of being everyone's safety net while nobody was mine. Part 4. The Empty Waiting Room. The hospital asked if they should call my family. I nodded, even though a voice inside me whispered it was pointless. Hours passed. The waiting room stayed empty. No one came. Not Mom. Not Dad. Not Emily. Not even a single text. I stared at the ceiling, feeling the heart monitor beep in rhythm with the slow, cold truth sinking in. If the roles were reversed, I'd have run through fire for them. But for me? Nothing. Part 5. Flashbacks that burned. Lying there, I remembered everything. The Christmas when I was 10 and wanted a bike, but Mom cried because money was short. Dad said, "Don't worry, Danny will fix everything one day." The car that broke down on the highway. And I missed my college exam, because I was stuck waiting for Dad to borrow money from me for the repairs. The time Emily threw a birthday party, bought decorations and cake, and then texted me, "Can you cover it? I'll pay you back." She never did. Every single memory screamed the same thing. I was never a son. I was an ATM. Part 6. The first no. When I got discharged, I decided something had to change. The next week, Mom called. Mobile phone mom. Danny, can you send money? We're late on bills again. For the first time, I said one word that shook me to my core. No. Silence. Then her voice turned sharp. What do you mean no? We're your family. But I hung up. My hands trembled, but my chest felt lighter than it had in years. Part 7. The Guilt Trap. Of course, they didn't give up. A week later, Emily called sobbing. Danny, Dad's in the ER. He might not make it. Please send money for the hospital bill. My heart dropped. Despite everything, I loved my dad. I raced to the hospital. But when I got there, he wasn't in the ER. He was sitting at home watching TV. It was a lie. A staged emergency to squeeze money out of me. That was the day something inside me broke, but not in weakness. It broke open into anger. Part 8. The plan. For years, I'd been the fool. The ATM. The puppet. But not anymore. I started small, cutting them off financially, ignoring their guilt trips, watching as their calls turned from sweet to bitter to angry. Then I dug deeper. I found every old text, every fake emergency, every instance where they lied. I kept records. I didn't know exactly how I'd use them until Emily crossed the final line. Part 9. The betrayal. One night, I checked my credit score. It had nothing but the reality of what they'd done. Part 12. Freedom. It's been 2 years since I walked away. I moved into that apartment I always wanted. I bought the reliable car. I even traveled, saw the world outside Texas for the first time. And most importantly, I sleep at night, peacefully, because for the first time in my life, I'm not carrying everyone else's weight. I'm just living mine. The lesson. Sometimes the people closest to you, the ones who should protect you, are the very ones holding you hostage. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is walk away. Fire CTA for your Reddit-style story. Backhand index pointing right. If you've ever been the giver in your family, ask yourself this. Would they do the same for you? If the answer is no, maybe it's time you stop giving.